Alright, so right behind me here is an area I did a little bit of hinge cutting the other day, and I'm just at the house here. We only own like 6 acres here, so there's gonna be a lot of nighttime bedding here for deer when we get all these food plots planted this year. I don't really expect not much to really bed here during the day, but if they do, they do. This is just a spot right here that was already a good bedding area that I've found beds in the past. Like I said, probably a lot of nighttime beds. And right here there was some box elder, some elm trees amongst these cedars, and also some black cherry trees. I didn't want all these cedars to get shaded out, you know, 10-15 years down the road. So I took down some of these box elders and elms, kind of opening up the canopy, keeping these cedars alive, and to create instant side cover for deer to bed up against, and it looks pretty good. Today I'm gonna do another little spot. I'll get all this on video. I'll do another little spot just on the other side, similar to this area with some cedars. Just drop a couple trees to kind of open up the canopy and create some instant side cover. That's what the deer want. And plus all these box elders and elms, they almost always survive hinge cuts. I'm by no means an expert at this. I'm just a beginner, kind of like you guys watching this video, and just kind of giving you ideas and showing you the process I'm going through. And I'll show you over here. They have some beds right now anyway. Got a little bed right here. You can see all the tracks. And they like bedding in these cedars right around here. So I'll show you one other spot I did too. Deer tracks and a deer bed up that way. This is the other spot I did right here. I hinged these two black cherry trees here to create all this side cover. Maybe something will crawl up in here and bed. I know they're already currently bedding in here, but this is just to open up the canopy and to thicken this little side spot up right here and give these oaks a little bit more sunlight to grow. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go back here and start cutting. And I know the main issue with hinge cutting, I even was misled about 2 years ago when I first started doing a little tiny spot up in our woods. They always tell you to make a canopy and get it where the deer can crawl up underneath and build a real nice little shelter for the deer. Folks, that's not what you want at all. You want side cover like this. The lower the better usually, but you want to make it so the deer can somewhat, well, basically if you can get through here, if you don't make a wall, if you can walk through it easily, the deer can get through even easier. As you can tell, this is pretty easy walking. Just step right over this log here. So came in here and cut off all these limbs right here on the cedars so they can bed right underneath all this stuff. Hinge this big one down. Look at all this side cover. Side cover is more important than a sheltered canopy, because when you get down here at deer's level, this is what they see. It's all screened in pretty well, where before it was pretty open. So side cover is more important than a canopy. You do not need a canopy for these deer to bed. That's the spot I just showed you. Here's the spot I'm gonna do right now. So you can see it's already kind of an opening right here. Got these two cedars here. I have found beds right here in the past. Basically there's an elm tree and a box elder. If you feel there are box elders there, I'm gonna bring them this way to thicken this up and really add some more side cover so the deer bedding in there will be even more protected. Like I said, I want to bring down this one and this one. And as you can see, I'm gonna probably have to take down this one first. Otherwise this one I won't get it in the direction I want. It's gonna land like right on top of this cedar and the other tree over there. So you really gotta look up before you start hinge cutting and figuring out what tree you have to actually hinge first, because it kind of becomes a jumbled mess, and then they're really easy to get tangled up in the other trees, canopies and stuff. So alright, so as you can tell, I left plenty of meat on that tree to survive. I mean, it's almost halfway still on there. I didn't really even go that far. And usually box elders almost always survive. They're a super easy tree to hinge too. So as you can tell, it's hanging off that side. I might trim that up a little bit so we can kind of keep our trail there. I don't want to block it off too bad. But next one to come down is going to be this elm. Kind of drop him right on top of here too. Well, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, these are the 3 trees I just hinged. And as you can see, wow, it makes a big difference. Even 3 trees. This big elm right here, he didn't get as low as I was hoping. He got caught up on some of that stuff up there. But that's alright. I got these 2 screening off this side well. This was already a decent bedding area with these cedars here. But now with all this side cover, I made it even better. And you can come in here and here's a good spot for a deer to lay down. A deer could lay down right there. Then with these 2 trees hanging out this far, I got a ton of good licking branches for next fall. All along this edge here, all these branches right here. Just all kinds of good scrape trees right along the edge here. I cut off some of them, as you can see, so there won't be too much stuff coming this way, but as you can see, the deer can walk right underneath here. Might even prop this one up a little bit just because I like how it's creating a ton of licking branches right along the edge here. So I might get a 2x4 and just prop it up a little bit so it doesn't come down and crush this walkthrough right here. You can tell we got all kinds of natural browse and dogwood regeneration here. All those little sticks sticking up. It's looking to be a great little bedding spot for these deer. Alright, so the food plot's right out here, the main food plot. And as you can tell, the road is right there. So obviously this is not daytime bedding, this is all nighttime bedding, but you can tell our woods, the only reason why it's somewhat thick is because there's a few cedars in here. Other than that, you get down here at a deer's level, it's pretty open. So, and you come in here and there's oak here, another oak right there, and actually 2 more oaks right there. Anyways, there's a black cherry here and an elm. I'm gonna hinge this elm that way. He's already kind of leaning that way. And I'm going to hinge a lot of elms in here because they're not really going to reach maturity anyway. Whereas the black cherries, they'll turn into a nice tree someday. Elms are just going to die out, who knows when. Anyways, there's just way too many stems per acre, trees per acre in here. I mean, just look at this, boom, 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 boom. There's so many trees fighting for survival. We need to get some on the ground so sunlight can get in here and regenerate more growth and make it thicker. Plus, with all the side cover from the trees I'm going to drop, it's going to be thick from the start. Alright, so that's all the further I got today. Took down a few trees here. This big elm right here, he took the longest to get down. He was getting caught up in all this stuff up here. But anyways, I'm going to be back out probably tomorrow to finish this up before it gets closer to spring. And I got class today, that's why I got to stop right now. Otherwise I'd keep going. But the hinge cuts are looking good. These elm trees are really hinging nice. You can tell, like, that's a real nice hinge right there. Even that big one hinged real nice too. Anyways, I gotta get going here. I'll be back out tomorrow to finish this up, but it's looking good so far. I'm really focusing on thickening up this middle section right here, because over there's a lot of oaks and I don't really want to hinge too many of the oaks. Right here is a couple oaks, but a lot of black cherry, so I'm bringing them down right here to create a nice little bedding spot. Than when I started. I hinged a little bit of stuff down that way, but not as much, just simply because it's closer to the road. Anyways, I opened up the canopy pretty darn good right here. I left, like, there's an oak there, oak right here, oak behind me. Anyways, having all this sunlight come down and it'll really help these hinge cuts survive, as well as green up the forest floor. All kinds of little saplings, brush, and just good natural native browse will come in here and really help thicken it up as well. Get down here at deer's level. I added some good side cover all around in here, where before it was pretty much open. You could look, when you get down like this, you can look, you know, pretty far. Really hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of a 3-day process to cut this because I haven't really had a ton of time, but today I'm gonna go out shed hunting. Hopefully I can find something for about 2 hours or so. And you can tell there's still quite a bit of snow, but it's like 40 degrees out right now, and it's gonna be a lot of nice warm temperatures here coming up, so this snow's gonna be gone. So maybe I'll be able to get out more and maybe find some more. So stick around and maybe I'll have one of those videos up within the next week, who knows. So hope you enjoyed this video, this little, I guess, hinge cut video. I'm gonna be doing another hinge cut video at the farm when we do a little more extensive hinge cutting, and it's actually gonna pay off a little more there because we could actually have deer bedding there in the day. Anyways guys, I'll see you next time though. I'm out.